The house was alive with music, laughter, and the clinking of glasses. It was our long-awaited housewarming party, a celebration of the life my wife, Emma, and I had built together. Every wall was freshly painted, every corner decorated to her liking. She wanted it perfect, not for us, but for the people she wanted to impress. I could tell by the way she kept checking her reflection in the mirror, adjusting her hair, fixing her lipstick. She looked stunning, yes, but her warmth felt rehearsed. That night wasn't just about our new home. It was about her image, her performance. As guests began to arrive, Emma floated through the crowd like a social queen. Her laugh echoed across the living room, her hand lingering too long on the arm of her friend, Daniel, a man I'd met only once before. He was charming, bold, and far too familiar with her for someone she claimed was just a colleague. Every time I saw them whispering in the corner, every soft laugh, every casual touch, it burned like quiet gasoline under my ribs. I wasn't jealous. I was just watching the unraveling happen in real time. She introduced him to everyone as if he were the life of the party. When a friend asked who he was, she smirked and said loudly, "Oh, don't worry. He's just a boyfriend." The room laughed, but that word boyfriend hit me like an electric current. It wasn't what she said. It was how she said it playfully, like she was testing how far she could humiliate me in front of our guests. My smile never faltered, though. Inside, I was already planning my next move. I excused myself for a moment, pretending to grab another drink. But what I really needed was control, composure before the storm. I could see people glance between us, sensing the awkward energy. Emma thrived on attention, and she was getting plenty of it. I leaned against the kitchen counter, took a deep breath, and smiled. If she wanted a show, I'd give her one. The kind she'd never forget. When I walked back into the room, she was standing with her best friend, Natalie, someone I'd always respected. She was kind, elegant, and unlike Emma, she didn't fake her emotions. Emma, tipsy now, laughed and said loudly enough for everyone to hear, "Oh, come on. He's just my boyfriend. You know how harmless I am." People chuckled, waiting for my reaction. I could see Daniel smirking behind her like he'd already won something that wasn't his. That's when I walked up calmly, still smiling, and took Natalie's hand, gently but deliberately. "You're right," I said, my voice steady and clear. "He's just your boyfriend." I looked straight at her, my eyes unblinking. "And she's just my ex-girlfriend." The room froze. The laughter died instantly, and the only sound left was the soft music in the background. Suddenly, feeling like a funeral march, Emma's face drained of color. What did you just say?" she stammered, eyes darting between me and Natalie. The guests looked around, unsure whether to laugh or leave. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. I just smiled. That calm, devastating smile that says, "You pushed too far and now you'll live with it." Natalie pulled her hand back, her eyes wide with shock. "I didn't know," she whispered, shaking her head. I looked at Emma again. "You wanted attention tonight," I said softly. "You got it." Her lips trembled as the weight of what just happened sank in. The whispers started small at first, then spreading like wildfire across the room. People looked away, embarrassed, uncomfortable. Even Daniel had lost his smug confidence. He stood awkwardly, shifting his glass from hand to hand. Emma reached out to me, panic replacing her arrogance. "Please," she whispered. "Not here. You're humiliating me." I laughed quietly. "You did that yourself, sweetheart," I said, stepping closer. "You made me a joke in front of everyone. I just gave you the punchline." Her eyes filled with tears. And for the first time that night, she didn't look like the confident, playful wife everyone admired. She looked small, fragile, exposed. The party ended in silence. Guests slipped out one by one, avoiding eye contact. Daniel vanished without a word, leaving her standing alone in the ruins of her own performance. As I took off my jacket and walked toward the door, she followed me, voice trembling. "You can't just leave like this," she said. "We can fix it." I turned to her, the calm in my voice cutting sharper than any scream. "We can't fix what you destroyed for fun." That night, as I drove away, The house behind me looked nothing like a home. The light still glowed, but the warmth was gone. What started as a celebration of new beginnings had become a perfect ending. The night truth finally spoke louder than her laughter. And for the first time in years, I felt free. Free from the games, the lies, and the woman who thought my silence meant weakness. It never did. It meant patience. And tonight, patience finally had its turn.